This is problem number 12 from the homework worksheet H1-4. We're solving for x and trying to eliminate the fractions. Let's go ahead and get started. The least common denominator value here, we'd have to be looking at our denominators are 1, x, and 4. So we need something that's divisible by each of these. Well, 1 is just 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. That one's going to be easy. X is just 1 times x, and 4 is just 2 times 2. So I see 2's and x's here, so we need to have two 2's because this one has 2 in it, and we only need one x, so our least common denominator is 2 times 2 times x, which is 4x. 4x is divisible by 4, it's divisible by x, and it's divisible by 1. Take this, multiply both sides by 4x. 4x divided by 4 is x, and then x times x is x squared. That's new. We haven't seen any of those yet in this assignment. 4x divided by x is just 4 times 5 would be 20. And then 4x divided by 1 is 4x times 3 would be 12x. So we haven't seen any that have had any x squared yet, but we have solved these in the past. You've done some of this in Algebra 1. Notice you've got x squared terms, you've got constant terms, and you have x terms, or x to the first degree. So we need to take this 12x and subtract it from each side so that it ends up equaling 0. We have x squared minus 12x plus 20 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic. You've learned several ways for solving quadratics. I know it's probably been a while, but you've learned how to do it by graphing. You've learned the quadratic formula, and you've learned how to do it by factoring. And that's the one that we're going to focus on here is factoring. Okay, so remember when we're factoring here, we're trying to turn it into a statement of multiplication here, where we're multiplying two binomials together. Okay, so we're looking here. I think some of you probably did it like this in the past, where you had the box and the diamond. Okay, I'm going to break you of the box and the diamond on easy ones this year, but we'll start out with this one here to make sure everybody's comfortable with it. If you forgot how to do it, right, you take x squared, first term, put it in the bottom left. You put 20 in the top right. You multiply those together, you have 20x squared, and put it in the top of the diamond. Then in the bottom of the diamond here, we're going to put that middle term, negative 12x. So now we're looking for factors of 20 that have a sum of negative 12 here. So let's think about it here. In order for them to have a sum of negative 12 and a product that's positive, we know they each have to be negative. So factors of 20 there that have a sum of 12 would be 10 and 2. So we have negative 10x and negative 2x. And we put those in. So our common factor here would be x. X times x is x squared. X times negative 10 gives us negative 10x. X times blank is negative 2x, that would be a negative 2. And then negative 2 times negative 10 gives us positive 20. So we end up with x minus 10 times the quantity of x minus 2. Now we'll set each of those factors equal to 0 and use that zero product property, which tells us then that x equals 10 and x equals 2. Okay, now we just want to make sure we double check those answers here. So we'll go over here, we'll say 2/4 plus 5/2 is going to equal 3. Well, 2/4 is 1/2. 5/2 is 2.5, right? 1/2 plus 2.5 is 3. We know that one works. And then let's do tens. We've got 10/4 plus 5/10 should equal 3. 10/4 is going to be 2.5 again. 5/10 is a half. So 2.5 plus a half does equal 3. We know that one works. So the answer for number 12 is 10 and 2. Now, don't get hung up if you don't remember how to factor. That's a big part of this first chapter. We're going to go through and review all of that there, but I felt like it was necessary to throw one in there. All right, so maybe want to start refreshing on that.